morning, Shane.
Good morning, Jen. Today is a great day, am I right?
Yes, you're right. In fact, today is a great day for us to learn about God and His greatness.
Good morning to all the viewers out there and welcome to another episode of
The Days with the Lord. So, Shane, do you go to church every Sunday?
Of course, I always give time to praise God and give thanks to all the things He has bestowed upon me and my family. What about you?
Well, of course, I do go to church also, and I observed that most of us Filipinos are devoted to God, and most of us go to church every Sunday or in Sabbath day.
Well, Sabbath day is considered as the day for the Lord and is set apart for the praise of God.
Yes, you're right. Okay, we have invited some guests to share their opinions and views for us to fully understand the third commandment of God.
So don't go away. We'll be right back. Now we're back, and with us today is a devoted Christian to the teachings of the Lord. Please all welcome Maria Patricia Ann Ungi.
Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning, Jen and Sheila, and good morning to all those viewers out there.
So, in your opinion, what is Sabbath?
As you have said earlier, Sabbath is the day for the Lord and is set apart for the praise of God.
But why is it Sunday, not Saturday or any day of the week?
Yeah.
It goes back to the creation of all things. God, after creating everything, including human beings, rested at the seventh day. Adam and Eve, right after their becoming in the face of the earth, were commanded by God to take rest. They've not done any work, but they have to rest as their first day on earth. Our first day of the week is also Sunday. Also, according to Matthew chapter 4, verses 1 to 2, Jesus, before starting his ministry, retreated in the desert for 40 days to pray and fast. You can really see that Sunday is really an important day, and it is the day of resting and should not be equated with Saturday.
Understand it.
Thank you for your time and for sharing your thoughts to us. Patricia?
The pleasure is mine.
When we go back, let us then hear another view of a Sabbath day. So stay tuned.
And now we're back. With us today is Kevin John Ruiz de Zariaga. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
Okay, so for you, is it important to celebrate or make holy of the Sabbath day, and why?
For me, in my own opinion, celebrating the Sabbath day or the Lord's Day is quite superfluous in almost every single aspect. Despite human as we are, we require rest. True?
Yes.
True.
Yet, is it really required that every Sunday of the week we should go to church or wherever you are celebrating your Sabbath and praise an invisible force that doesn't actually work? Well, that is my point of view. Looking at things that if we are all required to do it, how so and how come and why? Not everybody gets the privilege, or not everybody has the chance to go and celebrate, especially those who have different religious views,
Yes.
those who, you know.
So, what do you think is Sabbath?
If you look at Sabbath in a literal way, it basically means the rest day of the Lord, which is during creation, God rested on the seventh day, as they said. But for me, Sabbath is simply a common word. If Sabbath was really a holy word, how come it is included in bands such as the Black Sabbath, the Sabbath of Lambs? So from that is why I say that Sabbath is really just a word given a bigger meaning and a wider concept.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, for that very different view.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kevin, for sharing your opinions with us. And I hope that this won't be the last time that we'll be hearing from you.
I hope not, and thank you for inviting me here.
Okay, to widen our understanding, let us hear from the side of the church from Reverend Father Nolly from the Our Lady of Lourdes Parish, Diocese of Bacolod. Let's listen to him right now with Jenelyn.
Thank you so much, Jen and She. And now, I am here in Our Lady of Lourdes Parish, Barangay Bata, and we will hear a view from Father Nolly. Ito lang. So, Father, why do we celebrate Mass every Sunday?
Sunday is a day that we dedicate to the Lord. It's also a day in which we gather as a community. Since Mass is the highest form of prayer. It is the highest form of prayer because it is the celebration of the Paschal Mystery. So we all share in the celebration of the community. And that Sunday is a day important for us. At the same time, we also celebrate Mass on Sunday because it is on Sunday that Jesus himself resurrected after he offered himself on the cross.
So, what is the importance of the Sabbath day?
The Sabbath day is a day dedicated to the Lord. It is a day in which we give thanks to God for and dedicate everything that we have done. After we have worked the whole week, we have to dedicate one day for the Lord. In fact, in the first creation account, when God created the world, on the seventh day, he rested. And he wanted that day should be a holy day, a day that is offered and dedicated to the Lord. In fact, the author of the book of Genesis has the intention of writing the first creation account of underlying or exalting the day of the Sabbath, which is the day of the Lord.
So, what are the sins that can be committed if we disobey the third commandment?
Well, we know very well that for the whole week, we have everything for ourselves. And God is only asking one day from us. Of course, it is a sin of the third commandment, against the third commandment, but I would see beyond it. I would even see beyond what is being asked of us. We don't just simply celebrate the day for the Lord because it is a commandment to be completed or to be accomplished, but it should become an expression of our own gratitude to God. Thus, more than a sin, it is in fact a loss into ourselves. It's a loss because we have not grabbed the opportunity given to us by God to glorify Him and to thank Him and to offer our thanksgiving to Him because He had been so good to us. And we have no reason, we have no claim for whatever goodness that we have, but God is generous to us. So it's more than a sin, in fact. It's a loss of the opportunity of making our lives holy and thanking the Lord for that.
For the last question, Father, what specific steps do you take in keeping holy the Lord's Day?
To keep holy the Lord's Day, one has to dedicate himself and make it as a decision to really celebrate the Lord's Day. And we celebrate the Lord's Day not because it is just simply an obligation to be fulfilled, just like going to class because your teacher is checking attendance. But it should come from the heart, it should become a decision to celebrate the Lord's Day because we know very well that God has been so good to us. And that's the only opportunity for us also to thank Him. At the same time, making the Lord's Day holy is not just simply on a single day, but even every day should always be a Lord's Day. Every day should always be the Lord's Day in which we make a conscious effort to live the values of the Lord, to live His presence, and to share His presence with others. And that's how we make the Lord's Day holy, by disposing ourselves and preparing ourselves for that celebration.
So, thank you so much, Father.
And this ends our show for today.
I hope that you have learned something from us. This has been Shing.
And Jen, And this is The Days with the Lord.